Hey y'all, I'm at therapy with my baby. Today is what? July 23rd? I think, yeah, because her birthday's in a couple of days. Anyway, yeah, I think today is Wednesday, July 23rd. And I just got an answer to one of my prayers that I had asked God about just the other day. I had asked it last week, but I was just asking it. But I just came off of a 3-day fast. It is my first time fasting, and what? Y'all, excuse me. All right. I just got an answer to my prayer that I asked God, a big why for me, and it's funny how God will answer your prayers. Now, back in the day, everybody waiting on somebody else to prophesy and tell them different things, and God was like, no, you ain't gotta wait for that. Don't pay attention to my hair, whatever. I'm tired of it. I just came off a 3-day fast, and it was my first time doing a fast in a long time, a very long time, like years, like 10 plus years or more, y'all. Probably longer than that, because my oldest daughter is 19, so that's sad, but it's the truth. It's the honest truth. So I just did a little 3-day fast. I'm gonna do another one next month, so I can get myself back into rhythm with God. And my big question was, why was I born into a family that did not love me, that did not see me, that did not appreciate me, that kind of tortured me in a way? And I just saw another creator, Miss M, official M, say the same exact thing. And I'm like, man, if this baby ain't in my head, and I only call her a baby because I'm 20 plus years older than her. She's what, 24? I'm 20 years older than her. So, because I'll be 44 at the end of this year. So anyway, and it just resonated with me, her experience that she was going through, and some of the things she talked about helped open my eyes to my situation. And I didn't want to see it the way she was saying it, like, you were thinking like your parent can't be jealous of you, but I've seen other parents jealous of their children for certain things or whatever, and I just never thought that was my story. To be honest, I didn't think I had a story. I don't know if I said this before, and I'll keep saying it. I didn't think I had a story because I had pushed down so much information and trauma that happened to me. I didn't have it in the forefront. I was just going through life, pushing through. But that wasn't doing me no good. And it started acting up in 2022. But it really started affecting me in 23. It started affecting me mentally, physically, and emotionally. Like complete drain, complete exhaustion. I didn't want to get up and go to work. I didn't want to get up and take care of my kids. I didn't want to do nothing. I was completely put off. Like one day I got up to go to work. I called in enough time to tell them I wasn't coming. I called in like 3 o'clock in the morning, right? Because I had to be there at 5:30. And I pulled up to the parking lot because I could not sleep that night. I could not sleep. And I pulled up in the parking lot, and I was going to go ahead and go to work. But I had already called. Only one person saw that I was in that parking lot. Baby, I pulled out that parking lot and came back home and got in my bed. And I sat in the car for a couple hours. I ain't gonna even lie. I sat in the car until it got light outside. Then I came into the house. But I was over it. I was over it. And that was my first real catalyst that I knew I needed to change and do things differently. So now we're here, 2025. The very job I was just talking about, I just left that job January 4th or 5th, one of them days, whichever was that Friday, of 2024. So I've been off work a year and a half now. A lot has been revealed, and I've had a lot of breakthroughs, a lot of questions answered, but my biggest question got answered: why? And God will send you what you need to know, whichever way he need to. And he know I'm be locked in on YouTube, because this is where people express themselves. They talk about their different situations and things like that, which I am now doing. So, and it's been a lot. It's been a lot. I am in therapy, and it's still a lot. Even though I'm processing it, it's not a one and done type of thing, because that's how I was treating it before, a one and done thing. But that's why I kept being stuck. That's why I kept getting back into the loop. And I see it happening again, like you trying to get me back in the loop, and I don't want to be. Let me explain. So my sister, okay, before I even get to her, my family, my entire family is completely dysfunctional, right? But my family is also a family of prophets and prophetesses. It's more women than anything, but all of us have some type of in tune with God, and our main source is through prophetic dreams and prophetic words that God give to them to give to other people. Okay, so my sister called me and told me she had a word from my mom. I don't know what it was. It ain't none of my business, okay? Because I'm at the point I'm not trying to grasp for straws anymore concerning my mom. I've made a clean break mentally, emotionally, and not physically yet, because I'm still living in her house. So I've made that break, and I've made it a distance between us, not intentional, but it needs to be there, because my mom has made me her emotional baby, her dependent child. Like, not me depending on her, her depending on me, the role reversed. And I knew it, but I didn't know what to name it. I did not know what to name it, because I was just going through life. You know, things was hitting one after another. So I was just going through life. But and then I did turn my back on God. I'm not gonna lie, I turned my back on God, because it's like, I'm going through all of this for what, you know? And I just got in my head. And I lived the last, 19 years not fully under the coverage of God. Under his covering, but not fully under his covering, meaning that he did keep me from all hurt, harm, and danger. He did not let bad things, super bad things happen to me, but he also let things happen to me to make me turn back to him. And in those instances, I called out his name, I prayed, and this, that, and third, and things got better. Then I went right back to it. It was just a flow, the loop, the pattern, right? But I really asked God last year, and at the end of 23 going into 24, I was like, Lord, I will be present and sit with my feelings and feel everything, and, you know, bring everything up and all that. I knew what I was saying, but not knowing what I was saying. So my question, as I keep saying, my sister told me about my mom's word. Well, she told her she had a word for her for God, and then she tried to get me. And I'm gonna tell you what God had to tell me about you. I'm like, okay. And I take it, I don't say I will take it with a grain of salt. I take what I need from that, because my sister is my sister. And she knows me. So, of course, she's going to say what God is telling her, but she's going to try to sprinkle in some of what she know. And the question is to decipher it. And I used to have a hard problem with that, because whatever they used to say, I used to take it as Bible as a kid coming up, because they know God, they close with God, they are grown up, right? That's how I had looked at it. But now, looking at it, I don't look at it like that anymore. I'm trying to get comfortable, and I'm getting hot at the same time. Thank God I ain't got to be here. I'm sorry if y'all hear my air conditioning, but I have to turn it on because it is blazing in here. You hear me? So, she tells me, well, I told God, Mama, that y'all need to get along. Y'all both living in the same house. Ain't no reason, you know, basically why y'all should not be talking, because y'all are living in the same house, and y'all need to get along. Basically is what she said, you know, and telling me I need to let go of the hurt and the pain that my mother did to me, which is true in a sense. You see how small my finger is? Which is true in a sense, but on the other side of that, that's her throwing herself in the middle of me and my mama to make peace. I don't need you to make peace. I've made peace with my whole situation. I made peace that I never had the mother that I needed. I made peace with a mother that I never felt connected to. I'm making peace with a mom that I never felt safe with. I'm making peace with a mama that I never trusted. Never nothing. You know, like, she really dropped the ball on me, and it hurts. It hurts. And my whole thing is, how do you expect me to get through that like that? It don't work like that. Now, when you and our mama, my sister, when my sister and my mother were beefing when I was a little girl, nobody rushed you through your anger, your healing, your journey. Nobody told you had to come do this, that, and the third, or you should do this to make people. No, that been me. Be the bigger person. Apologize. You know, take it and lick it and keep on ticking. I did all of that, and it still ain't get me nowhere. It still had me sad, depressed, lonely, feeling unworthy, unloved, you know, earning love. Y'all only cool with me as long as I'm doing what y'all want me to do. Stuff like that. So that, what she said to me, I took what I needed. And what other stuff she said to me, I normally would have got pissed off about. And then that would have erased everything that I'm trying to do. But because my emotional intelligence has grown even more, I've always had it. But now that I've really tapped into it and really paying attention to it and see both sides of the situation, I'm like, no, this is that same pattern. Y'all want me to make happy with her so she don't have to feel sad and upset about seeing me change me. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not doing that no more. Like I told God, I'm happy I don't have to cook for her anymore. I'm happy I don't have to run her errands anymore. I'm happy I don't have to get up and do much for her. And I know people gonna be like, that's the only mama you got. I'm the only one she had got of me. She got my sister and my brother, but it's only one of me. One of me. And you misuse me. Now, it is helping me to get to where I needed to be, but that don't negate the fact that all of that hurt. That all of that did something to me. That all of that had a lasting remark on my life and me. And I am having to unlearn 43 years of crap, trauma, PTSD, hatred, dysfunction in my family. Now, when I was younger, I used to tell people, girl, my family's so dysfunctional. Girl, you open up the dictionary and look up the word my family right there. I used to say that jokingly, not realizing how close I was to the truth as a teenager. I was born into chaos. I was raised through chaos and abused while in that chaos, okay? Same for my mama. That's why I can understand it, but it still don't make it right, you know? And my mom, over the years, we have been together so long that, you know how you be like, I can't tell the ending from one person or the beginning, that they so close, you can't tell the difference between the two. That's how it kind of was with me and my mom. To the point that, I was ride or die for my mom and all that. And I still am to a certain, but not to the extent that it used to be. To the fact that I had to make myself small. I had to deflect my emotions. I had to not put my stuff out front to be heard or seen. It was always about her or somebody else. And I hated that, you know. And I can't say what she went through or whatever. I can only go by what she's told me, and everything she's ever told me. I've always thought that it has some cowardness to it, because I was about to say lie. It has some cowardness to it. And I see where it come from. My grandmother was a coward, and I'm just going to be straight up. She was a coward. She should have left her husband when she should have left her husband. It probably would have saved her children and a lot of other things from happening in this family. And that cowardice has been on my cousins and my other aunties for sure. It's been on some of everybody. Some of everybody. Maybe even me for a little bit, but not as an adult. That's why they didn't like me. Because I would say what I had to say and move on. And I realized that, but, you know, and it hurt it because y'all supposed to be my family, my cousin, and y'all asked me, and I'm telling you the truth, and you ain't liking what I'm saying or whatever, or how I'm moving, and it ain't working for you. So, you know, y'all just kick me out to the side. Y'all call me lazy. Y'all call me, you just acting flaky. All of this other stuff. And I wasn't. I was just trying to protect myself from y'all. You know what I mean? So I hope this video reaches who it needs to reach. Because if you are in a family where you are either the scapegoat, meaning everything got blamed on you, or you were rejected like me, I was rejected on every front, which in turn turned me into something else because I was rejected by my mom. Yeah, she might have loved me, but you rejected me in a lot of other emotions and things that I personally needed. Because you didn't have it, I couldn't get it. So because of that, that's why my emotions and stuff used to be all over the place. And I just felt like I was going crazy. I was dumb and all that, and I wasn't. Far from it. Iced tea, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not one of them water girlies. It's cute, but I ain't one of them. So if it ain't tea, or the only way I will drink water, that flavored water, you know, you put the little packet in there, that's the only way I'll drink it. Other than that, plain water in here, because that'll be in my cup all day, and I'll be dehydrated because I will not drink it. Anyway, so yeah, being rejected ain't no fun thing, you know. You learn how to not ask for stuff, not be seen, wait for somebody to give you whatever little pittance they want to give you or whatever, you know. And that hurted a lot. It's just like, I like to talk, and I've been noticing that my whole life. People used to always, girl, you too loud, girl, be quiet, this, that, you don't know what you talking about, you wrong. And I would be right, but it because they don't know the truth, or they're not sure about what they are saying or is being said, they try to knock me down, and they did. And I did not have the confidence to stand up against people all the time, you know. I don't want to have to always be angry or anything to stand up to people to get them to hear me. And that's what it's been my whole life. Now, when people call and ask for advice, they ask for advice, but then they don't take it. Well, what was the purpose of you taking the advice and you were not going to listen? You know, like, what was the reason? What was the purpose? Like Cardi B saying, what was the reason? Maybe I'll find that little clip and put it in here. I don't know. I'm still learning my edit journey, so y'all gonna get straight videos until I learn how to put little stuff in here. But yeah, I was like lost. But now it's coming to fruition. Things are breaking through for me on that level so that I can find my true self. I ain't trying to be all super rich and all that. That's not what this is about. This is about finding me and helping somebody else on this journey of breaking free from a dysfunctional family that has been happening for generations, you know. And if I only get to one person, then I'm happy. Then at least my story ain't in vain. At least me talking on these videos ain't in vain, you know. And it's crazy because I'm just trying to build a support system of people who have been unseen, unheard, unloved, rejected, and so that we could build each other up, you know. And even if, you know, you ain't, whatever your trauma was, I validate you in it, because I didn't have nobody validate me in mine. And that's what hurt a lot, because I had to hold so much of my pain and keep it to myself, because I didn't have a big sister to go run and tell. I didn't have my big cousin I could go run and tell. I ain't have my mama I could go run and tell. Only time I'm running to her is for trouble. For real. And trauma. And things like that. Like, you know. So, and it's crazy, because when something good happens, it gets acknowledged, but not as long as trauma and drama does in his family, which I had to sit down and really think about, and that's the truth. Oh, I thought that was my baby. She about to come out the door. So I might have to finish this video when I get to the house, because she about to come. Yeah, so let me cut right here. I'm gonna pick this back up when I get to the house, and then I'm gonna end it, because this video already 18 minutes. See this little lady in this green truck, gotta go. I'm sorry, y'all. As you can see, I'm driving, but what I wanted to get back to saying was, I can't even remember now, because this lady done irritate my soul. Driving slow. Oh, the whole thing with my sister. I'm not kissing my mama's behind anymore. I'll give her grace all day, but right now, the way I feel, and I'm just being honest, I feel like I'm being rushed to forgive her so we can move on. But how many times have I done that, and we back in the same situation we back in? And like I was telling my therapist yesterday, for me, I have to process stuff for a little bit. Sometimes it might seem longer than others. Sometimes I get it right away. But sometimes once I get past it in my head, I'm cool. And that's why she keep asking me, what do you want from your mother? Nothing. I don't want nothing from her. Nothing. Like, when I wanted the attention, when I wanted the connection, when I wanted the praise, when I wanted the I'm proud of you, when I wanted the I love you, when I wanted the I see you, I didn't get none of that. I got beat, I got slapped, I got my face cracked on the sink, beat with sticks and shit. Granted, I was doing stuff as a kid because I was a kid, but a lot of this stuff that she did to me is because of a lot of the stuff she was going through. Losing her house was most horrible time of my life. I got beat so much because she didn't know how to deal with what was going on with her, and because she tripping out, I'm tripping out, which is causing me to act up in school. So yeah, school gonna call. You got these people calling my house, and they keep calling my house and all that. Instead of you going off on me, you should have been like, well, what's the problem? Well, why is this happening? And what's wrong? I didn't get that. I got beat upside the head. I got beat with sticks and stuff, all type of stuff, to the point that last time she had put her hands on me, I was ready to do something to her. I had got the people paring knife. This is a screwdriver, YouTube. Okay, you see that flathead? Screwdriver, I was just showing reference. I had got the people thing because it was about this size. It was about half the size of the handle. And I had that thing in my pocket. I took it to school because what? You're not about to beat me. I had got 3 beatings that week. And I said, if she touched me again today, it's going down. I wasn't trying to unalive, but I was trying to slice and dice to let you know to stop playing with me. And I was going to do it because I had done been beat 3 days in a row. Who wanted a 4th beating? I don't know what this lady had up her sleeve when I was coming through that door. To the point that week when I would come through the door, I would crack the door open so I could see if the broomstick was the mop stick was hiding behind the door was green. So I had learned, this is how I learned to be so sneaky, because I had to make sure I wasn't about to get slapped, jumped, beat, whatever when I come through the door, because I never knew what was happening behind that door, what was waiting on me behind that door. And a lot of times it was either her cussing me out, then beating me, or just straight beating me when I came through the door. Shoot, one time I came home from school, or we came home from somewhere. Baby, she had, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming because I felt it. I had the feeling like I had to keep peeing and wasn't nothing coming out. So I went in that bathroom, but stayed in that bathroom as long as I could stay. And I went and tried to look underneath the door, the crack of the door, to see where her feet were at, and I could not see her feet because she had the light on in the middle bedroom and in her bedroom, and I couldn't see her feet, but I knew she was out there. Baby, as soon as I came out that bathroom door, she must have been laying up against that wall or somewhere by that kitchen, because I'm telling you, I didn't make it out the bathroom completely because it was like the bathroom, and then it was another little hallway door that you go through, and then you will be into the living room. I barely made it through that little threshold to get to the next room before I felt the first whack on my back, baby, and it was on from there. I ran and dove under the table. She had this big long glass table. That was where I was hiding it all the time because I didn't want to keep getting hit. Duh. But yeah, I ain't come on here to talk about all of that, but that's part of my traumas, you know, and it'll keep coming out. I got more videos, but it is not going to be just me talking about trauma. I'm just trying to see both sides. I'm really processing everything that's happened to me since I've been a little girl. It made me feel like my life has been fake, a lie. Very much abusive though, but everything was a lie, you know. That's just how I feel. But I'm coming to better grips with it, that I was chosen for this assignment way before I was ever formed in my mama's belly. And I'm stuck with it. Basically, you know, I might not like it, but I'm here. I'm coming into who I am. I'm coming into who I'm supposed to be with God. And it's a lot. It's a lot. This is a lot. That's why I don't understand. I'm going to let y'all go after this because I just going to keep talking. Told y'all I like to talk. I don't understand why some pastors, sit down, Kyle, let me move my car to the side. I don't understand why some pastors play with God the way they do. Now, y'all all know about Mr. What's his name? T.D. Jakes. Now, him and a whole bunch of other pastors, I can't think of their names right off the bat. But they play with God so much, I feel so scared for them because when you do an assignment with God or God put you on the task, that thing comes with some weight. It comes with so much weight. And what's the other word? I can't even think of it. I don't want to say resilience, but patience. And it's the greatest burden to have, if that can make sense. Don't play with that, mama. And for them to take the job of being next to God as a leader and shepherding his people to him and, you know, helping them with their walk, and so how some of them have become so worldly. What? And it's like, do y'all understand the mantle that y'all were given as his shepherd? That's one of the highest roles that y'all can play. I'm doing the role. My role ain't as big as that, but it packs a punch too. But y'all playing with the people, y'all doing stuff that's supposed to be building up God's kingdom and doing the opposite. I'd be so scared for them because what? Yeah, God will forgive y'all. Y'all can get it together, but what? I just feel for ministers like that and stuff. So I'm not playing with God about this whole thing. I know I'm not going to be perfect in this situation, and I wasn't because I had a little setback. I'm going to talk about that in another video, but I got past it, and then it just tried to creep up on me again today. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to buy none. I'm going to stick to my word. I'm going to stick to my word and get in my word. And be honest, because that's one thing that I did have an issue with is trusting my own self, trusting my own word. And I always just say, your word is your bond, your word is your bond. And
Mommy,
it is.
That's school bus.
Oh, it's a school bus. Yeah, Mommy, you're going to be going to school. She going to school full time now. She going to be gone from like 6:30 in the morning
Mommy,
until...
that's Erica. Mommy.
She'll be getting home like 2:30, 3 o'clock. My baby going to be gone. So that means...
Mommy.
She's gonna be coming home trying to take a nap, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to let her do that. If I do, she can only sleep an hour and a half, so she can go back to bed. Because baby, I'm gonna be trying to go out the door at 6:30, and that's fine. Because if I do that, let her sleep an hour and a half, I know I'm off the subject. And this is a part of me now. There's that ADHD and that autism kicking in, because my mind started racing and I go to other thoughts. But if I let her sleep that hour and a half and then get her back down by 7:30, I can slide out that door by 8:15, 8:30.
Mommy, you're supposed to go to the store.
We are at the store. We going to the store in a minute. Why is you rushing me? Because you want to get out so she can run behind the counter. That's all. Alright, y'all. If y'all like this video or anything I said in here touched you or resonated with you, y'all leave me some comments down below. I'm going to try to get more videos out. Some days is better than others. Today, I felt pretty decent to make a video real fast, even though I look tired as ever. But I'm going to make it through. And I'm going to try to make another. I'm going to try to go ahead and put this one. See, and if they say a certain time. But I'm going to try to put this out. I'm going to schedule it. Now that I know I can schedule them and I found out how to do it, I'm going to start scheduling my videos so they can just be posting up. Because a lot of my videos I be sitting on, and I need to go back in my phone and get some of my old videos when I had just started waking up to who I am, that I was autistic, that I had ADHD, I got my diagnosis, all of that. I started waking up in March of this year, and it was hard because some days I was crying driving, making the video. And as I was driving, the revelations was coming to me, and I was like, so I'm going to still post them. I normally say my date.
Get in the fire.
I normally say the date in my video, so if I don't tell you that this was an old video or whatever, it'll just be in there. But you'll know it's old because you'll see how I'm dressed. in the video hat and shoe jacket and stuff on. Didn't I tell you don't play with that? Yeah, you smiling until I start snapping. Stop. You don't need no bubble gum. Alright, y'all, let me go because this little yellow one about to get jacked up.
No.
Tell the camera bye. Tell them people bye. Say bye. You not gonna say bye?
Where's she going?
Nowhere. Say bye.